Bam, DTM on deck. What's up, everybody? This is Delta Tango Mike, and it is a Monday. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I go live at 7 o'clock, so it's a little bit after 7. What's up, everybody who's joining us in Discord and on Behance and wherever you are watching this right now? Go ahead and leave a comment so that I can see you, I can see your name, and I can include you in the conversation. On Behance, we have Gareth, Odari, Alejandro, yo, what's up? CJ, Axel, and joining us right now, leaving comments. That's right. Gotta let us know. And SLP Price. Of course, in the Discord, we already have Triple X, Gareth, Bree, CJ Woods, Odari, and RB, some of the usual suspects. And it feels good to see all of these names and avatars pop up because I've been on vacation for a couple weeks. I just got back last week and spent some time getting back into my work mode. And so when I go live, I like to talk. I like to have a conversation, and that helps me to see your names out there so that I know I'm talking to somebody. Now, I could talk to myself. I mean, I do talk to myself anyway. But this is funner, okay? All right, let's get to it. So what's up? I have some links in the description of the video. Go ahead and check it out. Nice agenda. It's gonna be about two main things, or three main things. Let's talk about three things. Talk about three things, baby. Go ahead and share my screen. There we go. Boom. So recently I submitted my game idea, a game idea that I started a long time ago, and feel sad talking about it because I have not finished it. Sad because there was a lot of people who were supporting me in the beginning of that idea, and but happy because every now and then with my current projects, work projects, I find every when I'm working on paid work projects, I try to find time to work on my personal projects. And I've been going crazy with NFTs for the past year, and so this opportunity came up to join Microsoft and Xbox and developing a game. And so I put in my name, I put in some ideas for the game, and boom, they included me in game camp. So basically, I get access to mentors and resources game, and so that gives me a little bit of an extra energy to say, okay, let's go and do it. So for the second half of this year, I'm gonna focus a lot of my streams in developing the artwork for Art Life the game. Some of it will be on Sketchable for the sketching process, a lot of brainstorming. But the final artwork, of course, is gonna be in fresco, off in Illustrator, because I want to be able to use that artwork beyond just a mobile game. And so what you're looking at right now, this is my website that I put together a long time ago. It's basic, but I've been slowly adding a lot more tabs and info in the last few days because this Xbox Summer Camp kicks off on Wednesday. Which brings me up to the next thing is that this Wednesday I will be streaming at 8:30 p.m. So will not be at 7. Wednesdays, 7 it's going to be at 8:30 because at 7 is the kickoff. 7 p.m. Eastern is the kickoff to the Xbox game camp, and so I'll be busy with that. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'll jump on the stream and start drawing. So in any case, this is the website that I've been putting together. And let me show you also, boom, the Behance post that I started to share my current progress. Started a new Behance post today. I've been drawing already. Here's my gorilla. And so we're going to explore a little bit of that in a second. All right, so check it out. Let's go all the way to where it began. Many years ago, I think it was like 10 years ago, at this hackathon, and it was a gaming hackathon. And I used to go to hackathons all the time just for fun, just like I didn't know anything hackathons or startup community. and I'm sitting at this game hackathon. I want to say the name Siege. I think it was called Siege. Anyways, I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this guy talk about coding for games, which is super boring. Something that I'm not into coding at all. But anyways, I'm sitting there listening and listening to the lectures. I'm thinking, if I had a game, what would that game be? Of course, I've been a fan of Gorilla, a particular gorilla. His name is Denominator. Years ago, if you heard my story, I went through a burnout process as a professional artist, and the gorilla became my symbol. And so I said, well, what if game was called Art Life? Of course, it does say Artist King here, and but the main character was a gorilla, and the gorilla is going through this game, through this scenario where he's growing up to be an artist. And so he has a pencil, and of course I added some tattoos, whatever. But the tool is the pencil, and with that pencil, whenever a piece of paper flies at him, there's a piece right there. Then the gorilla makes a slash, and bam, he's drawing on a paper. That's crazy. I was like, yeah, that might work. So then, but you have to also block things that are coming your way. The naysayers, all these folks who tell you that you're wasting your time, that art doesn't lead to anything, are these bricks, these bottles, police baton, those who are out there tagging and doing graffiti, have to run from the police. There goes a can. And so I was thinking about this, like, what is it? What would I do? And I developed the idea as a mobile game. And so I was trying to figure out like how to do use the your fingers on the screen to then make the moves. I didn't get too far. I did talk to developers, started do a Kickstarter, but I didn't get very far because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just talking. I was just saying stuff. So I developed my gorilla. Well, actually, go right here. So I developed a screen for this gorilla. Open. Boom. Bigger. Here we go. So I developed the scene. I was like, well, what would it look like? What would the game look like? And so then that's when the Art Life name came around. I can't remember some of these things up here, but the bottom left, pencils, that's how many lives you start with. Probably had to think if further. I haven't thought it all the way through. But I did write down a whole lot of notes on the gameplay. Started doing the artwork in Adobe Illustrator. I did the gorilla and I made him brown. And the more I thought about it, it's like the gorillas is really silverbacks are like black and gray. So this is just exploration and fun. I even had sponsor, one of my art sponsors. They said they would be okay with getting their name, putting their name on the game, and the idea was that there would be like a real life connection for what happens in game. So I'm still gonna explore that idea because anyway. So as time went on, I started doing some sketches, and there's a denominator, and I needed to design the gorilla in a way where he fit. Well, once you start designing a game or anything mobile related, there are certain sections of the screen where certain things have to happen, and so I needed to enclose the gorilla in the space where all the interactions are gonna happen for the gorilla as things are coming through the screen. And then good evening, RB. Have a good night. No worries. And um then I had to start doing the rest of the animations. And so I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So I just started thinking of ideas like that, kicking, and so on. Now, what ended up happening as time went on is that the art got really complicated and stiff. And so I really got lost and I wasn't sure what I was doing. I know how to draw, I know how to do the artwork, but I wasn't sure of how to execute actions or anything else. That's another one of the characters, which myself, and I was going bald already, so I still had hair, kind of like the look. And then my wife said, "You need to have a girl in the game," and I said, "Okay, fine." Added a penny. So, so it's been, through the years, I come back to it, I look at it, I do some drawings. Let me see. Boom, there it is. And so I started developing the moves of the character, the stance, the style, and it kept getting complicated. Just too much for a mobile game. And if you have the right amount of people and artists, it's okay. But for one person team, it's like, I need to think about this. So since I got the news a few days ago, or last week, that I was getting access to game camp. Show you something. I said, well, I need to start working on my gameplay and have something ready to go when game camp begins, because it I need to be able to let's see. I need to be able to at least show that I already have something ready to go that just is missing something. What is it missing? So anyways, years ago there was this other online platform called Koji, Koji, and they had developers making games, and then artists were making the artwork. And so I was like, I want to make some art. So let me just see if I can get this. And so I developed like 6 games. Here's one of my games. I'm gonna start. I need to add these games. Basically, it's a W. Okay. Can't hear this. And so I messed around, and when making these other games, and I deleted one of the audio files. And so I told myself, well, since I can't bring back those that audio file because I messed up, I started making my own sounds, special effect sounds. So anyways, and so this is one of those games. Let me see. Yeah, so Koji, the website has changed focus. It's not about gaming anymore. But any case, and so I can just publish this back up on list of projects. There it is. Killer Bees, called Killer Bees. Some of the screenshots, and there's a link, so you click on it and go play the game. It works on mobile and Mac, whatever. Art Life All Day. There's another game that I made, and I show my process on how I created some of these graphics. So I've been really interested in making games, and not because I care to become this big time game developer. I'm not here to compete with EA Games or no. I just, and even like it's the same with my comic book ideas, is that I want to just create stuff with my art that I get to see it out there in the so there goes another game. So you can see all the games that I made. I found the developers that were making this artwork. They're making the games, and then I get to change the game depending on the art ideas that will come up. They're all focused on art. Here, I forget how it goes. Yeah, you tap the colors. It's like Candy Crush. Yeah, that's what it is. Forgot about it. And me and my wife and other people I had been telling about this Koji website were making games, and it was fun. So anyways, Crush. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's a Candy Crush, but look, it's my face. Yes. Let me see if where's the link. Make a game with your face. Crush it. Boom. So there is a technique to this. Took me a while to figure it out, and but I was able to get high scores. Anyways, I was just using art, man. I just want to draw stuff. I'll draw something crazy. All these games are crazy. Draw daily, and there goes the gorilla. And so eventually, I was able to bring the art life, some of my characters into games, and there goes the there. And I didn't like the way I drew the gorilla here, denominator, but it had to be very simple because the game is, of course, very small. The the screen size is very small, and so I had to simplify. Let me see our life. Dang, where did shooting? I'm bad at that. Messed up. Anyways, about to get killed. Let me. Oh, I can move. I should be able to move. I forgot how to make my moves on. Anyways, so yeah,
Leave your mark in the world again and again.
and I have my own voice, everything. Art stuff. All right, so back to the story. There goes the Wu Tang. I made another Candy Crush with just Wu Tang characters. ODB, Method Man, Raekwon the Chef, and the RZA. Um, uh, then what? And then a bunch of progress shots. So there, making a game, making games, and so this past week, as I was starting to go back to some of my sketches and drawings, I realized that you know what, I need to get the artwork, have some art. Go, and so there is a couple of sketches too, and tons of files. So one of the main things that I wanted to do was have some artwork that's ready to go for this game camp, so that I don't show up saying, "Hey, so how do you make games?" Uh, have the artwork is ready to go. This is the game idea. What I need to do next? And they just sent some links today, right before I went live. I actually saw the email, download some software, get to that. So so the artwork, and so here's the gorilla. That's how I normally draw him. That's too complicated. In terms of a whole lot of detail parts that need to get animated. And my animation method is going sprites. Sprites. Sprites is a series of art of a character positions and poses that when you move through those poses fast, it looks like it's running or it's like making an action. And so I started to play around with the gorilla and shapes and the detail, and it was just I wasn't happy. Keep there and exploring until it came together. The arm came together, below the arm from the shoulder, the belly with the chest, so on. And I decided that yes, we're gonna make this gorilla black and gray. And so here's a couple of the sketches, boom, and then here's the sketch, final drawing. So is this gonna be has in the art on the game? I'm not sure. Still working on it. I'm drawing, but I made the rest of the move. These are the moves. So they're called in animation. They're called keyframes, meaning that you draw your character in one position, then you draw your character in another position, and then in between those positions, you have to have some animation to make it move smooth. And so those positions, so you set up these positions to say, here's where the character goes from here to here to here to here, and those are called keyframes. So I drew up my keyframes, and here's what the animation look like when you see a character. Oh my! When I slow down on some of these projects, passion, personal projects, slow down because like, man, I gotta draw this thing, you know. And that's just one character. What about the other characters? I got total 7 characters. So anyway, so why don't you go ahead and check out the Art Life the Game project because I'm gonna start adding a ton of artwork. I do have a website where I'm starting that I gonna start updating. I already have some background sketches, so the cities and the city where this all takes place is Art Life the Game, and so like the city is city background. Let me city background is buildings, of pencil buildings, black book buildings, paintbrush buildings. There's a close up on the pencils, on the sketchbooks, and I have this file somewhere. I have to it. This is in Fresco. Sketch. Uh, Adobe Sketch. Yes, Adobe Photoshop Sketch. That's what this is. I can probably find that and pull it up. And so, but basically, that's it. This is where I am so far on this project. Very excited to get going. I'm gonna add a gallery so that you can see all the artwork. Right now, it's just a page that I need to start adding art. And I have, what did I do with that? I have a PDF that I'm gonna share with you by Wednesday. I'll have a lot more artwork up here. This website and Behance portfolio, but I have a coloring book. Created a coloring book. I have all the characters, the 7 total characters. I think I know where. This computer is big. It's got a space, so coloring books. There it is. Oh yeah, so I do have it. Art Life. Smile. Okay. Oh, I know. Art Life pencils. Say coloring book. Art Life 14. Here it is. And so here it is. Boom. So I am gonna upload this soon. And so it's the Art Life coloring book. And there's only 4 characters here on the front cover, but there goes the denominator. And so the art style continues to change because, I have a very detailed and illustrative art style when it comes to personal drawings. And I have this a comic book mindset to my drawings. And it can get intricate, it can get detailed, very, very complicated. And so when I created this PDF and this coloring book, I was on the complicated side. But the more I keep drawing the characters, the more I find the art style. I start looking for the art style that's going to be simple, easy to read in a moving animation in a game. So don't want to go too crazy, too complicated. I've even been playing with pixels, which is to me that's like a whole nother art style. I can't grasp it just yet, but I see other artists using pixels like that. Looks amazing. That's awesome. That's insane. And so my art styles, I continue to explore to see. So some of the art drawings that you see here are based on style that I and I'm still gonna be like adjustments. I do have full color of these illustrations of these characters, black and white. There goes Penny. Develop stories for them. That's myself. I think there goes Mechanical Aztec Warrior. The characters have developed further and look better and cleaner, but this is the coloring book. Nubs is is a sad clown, but Nubs is what we call pencils after you've drawn all you can draw with that pencil, and it gets down to like a tiny size. Right, that's a Skully, and this is like the first time using the word Skully for a character. At 10 years later, I developed the Skully Series as an NFT with skulls. And so I already revamped the look a little bit better. But basically, it's a sheet of paper with a skull on it. It's and then there goes CMC, and that's a friend of mine. I decided to make him a character because he is like hardcore Atlanta. And so he's got the number 7 for the Michael Vick jersey, and got the curly hair fro going on there. And so, anyways, this is an inside look into my progress, into my process. I don't know what else is going on here. I do have other Art Life books. Let me see. Oh, this is a coloring book. Okay. Yeah, I got a ton of PDF. Got to keep track of your artwork, man. So, but now I know that I have this. So yeah, so check it out. Check out the project. Stay tuned for Mondays and Wednesdays where I will be working through my process and going over my gaming progress, and hopefully, hopefully I'm able to put something together that will get released to the public. Because I even broke out my Xbox. My Xbox is downstairs in the basement, the lab basement. But I go ahead, I turned it on, had a bunch of updates waiting for it. I was given access to Game Pass, something. So I got a bunch of games that I play, but I'm into fighting games and racing games. So yeah, very hyped about it. So hyped that I'm breaking out. Here's something that I've also my Surface laptop. Oh, but I'm gonna use for game development. I'm gonna use the Surface Book because it has super high end graphics card. And so I need that not only to run Photoshop and Illustrator, but also to be able to run the code for the Unity. A whole bunch of stuff I need to turn it on and do updates and whatever. And so, yeah. Surface Book 2. That's a good box. Downloading things. So that's some updates on what's going on for 2022. I hope you have some project ideas that you're going to start up and see through for this year. It is the middle of the year. My birthday was last week, the 21st. And so that marks technically the middle of the seasons. Not the middle of the year, because I guess the middle of the year. But anyways, it gives you a chance to refresh, refocus your energy, and say, you know what, for 2022, I want to do this thing. Art. The reason why I'm sharing you my desktop is because along the way, as I this year seen artists like Gareth work on 3D, and I want to do that too, right? But I have these toys, right? I've been collecting these toys, these Funko Pops, and way before that, Funko Pops was the Munnys, and friends of mine had made some Munnys in the past. I can't remember who made this. I want to say this is on here. Send me a message. Can't remember that they don't sign their work. I can't remember. That's a mask. I did Skully Sugar Skull mask with some Aztec stuff on it. And my inspiration for this has been this amazing talented artist, Jesse, aka Urban Aztec. And so there's some of my old monies. And I had a deal with Kid Robot many years ago. There goes another money somebody else painted. I forgot who did. They're cool. They made them shiny. Me, I just drawn them and I don't like it. I didn't like the way I was painting them, so I stopped. But yeah. So we had a deal, and I have a bunch of them that I painted, and all the way through really clean. And I made a skateboard to go with them. 10 years ago, I was selling them, and so now, um, I'm watching Gareth and other artists working the game. Who was that? Jazz the artist. Well, Odari says I have Boba Fett for 80. All right, all right, all right. This one is which one is this? This is just the dirty one. I don't know. He got saggy pants like MC Hammer pants. And so yeah, but I got Batman, bam. And so as I'm watching these other ones, the other artists is like, I want to do 3D, but only just so I can make stuff that I want. And so I see these Funko Pops, I see these Munnies. It's like, what if I could do my own Funko Pop? So I got this do it yourself, right? And so what I want to do in some of my live streams, talking about live, is that I want to be able to do some traditional work. Some of these money. So this money is big. Like, look at that was through the sponsor. And I've seen monies that are huge, like that, very, very, very tall, like a whole foot tall, and they cost a lot. But so what I want to do is paint on them and draw on them, but I want to go the Jesse Hernandez way. Like this guy, just man, let me show you. I know I've shown this on the things before. And this guy, there we go. Like he can draw really good, right? Like that's some trader or art, not sure. Look at that. There goes that Boba Fett. Look at that Boba Fett. That is resin or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Just like these monies, right? So I wanted to make some of these. They did a Darth Vader. That's crazy, right? Like that's nuts. And so there goes the monies. This is where I first saw Urban Aztec, aka Jesse Hernandez, make some of these. Once he started making these, I was like, oh, I want to paint and draw on them too. And then Kid Robot he got a deal with Kid Robot, and I started making those. I was like, what? What? Yeah, he's dope. Says that's right. So at the last part of today's stream, because yeah, I didn't get around to drawing, and that's okay, because we're focused on passion projects, and so not everything is about drawing. Big ups to Sketchable. Sketchable is still our Monday sponsor. I got this today, and so I wanted to open it here in front of everybody. Because part of what I want to do with traditional art is also, and I know this is not much to look at today, but as time goes on, I want to practice, find a way to learn how to use this stuff so that I can make my own toys. I buy a bunch of Funko Pops. I was looking for the Matrix Funko Pops, and I was looking for El Santo Funko Pop, and I couldn't find it. And so yeah, new stuff. So I said, you know what? What if I just start buying the things that I'm gonna need to make the um things elements that it's gonna make a character. So like in Batman, I like this painted painted on, and that's cool. But it has the cape and the ears. So you want to make a money or a Funko Pop and customize it, then I need to not just have a blank. I need to have the elements that is going to be part of the character. Got the edges, mask right here. That's super cool. It's got the cape. It's got the belt. Like, all right, all right, all right. So what are you gonna do about it, Dan? What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is what we're gonna do is start making some polymer clay. And so this is like a little fun kit for kids. 50 colors of polymer clay to make little funky things, right? This is, and I'm not gonna make these little things. There's a little stencil to make fishes, seahorse, and a turtle or a crab. I don't know. But this, see, once you start messing around with the clay to make all the different things that I want to add to the Funko Pop. I don't care what color they are. They can be any color. Doesn't matter because you can paint them later. So now I got my guy right here. I want him to make him a Skully. All right, so that's one idea. Then some little tools here. I'm gonna play around with this, but probably order better tools. It's all little plastic tool. It's all right. This is my first step into this. So there's a whole bunch of colors. Plain this jewelry pieces. Yeah, but that's right. So there's a whole bunch of little polymer clay that once you start messing around with it, I can start making. It's a little cheapo kit. Oh, it's got two sides. Oh, it's got a little. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Look, bam. So then I can start making the elements that up. So the Skully. So I'm gonna have to grab this, start figuring out how to sculpt. I don't know how to sculpt. I never sculpted before, but I want to, and so you gotta find an experiment. You gotta find those tools to experiment with. Sorry, it says arts and crafts, and then find your explore your creativity, follow your passion, and find a way to make those things that you want to do. That's what my stream for today is all about. Is what are you gonna do with the second half of two? And if there's something that you've been meaning to start, then I encourage you to get started now and send me questions. Reach out with questions. Reach out with ideas. And say, hey Dan, what do you think about this? Where could I go looking for this kind of information? Because that's what I do. I ask Dari, Gareth. I ask my brother-in-law, Lord Yada, about stuff. I ask people and like, hey, I see what you're doing. What is it that I can? What's my first step to do what you're doing? As a matter of fact, night we have a 9 o'clock meeting with the Skully Series collectors. I don't know who's that, but I've been approved. My personal budget's been approved so that I can buy a heat press so that I can wear the shirts that I want to wear. I don't have to go online and it's cool to wear other people's artwork, or you just even this design is simple. I found it in Chicago. It's like cool, I'll buy it. I like it, and it has my size, and that's the thing. I'm cool. I like finding cool artwork, but then I can't find my size. So what if I was making my own shirts? I buy shirts, size that I want, the color I want, and then just heat press it. So just jump out there and figure out what you're trying to do. What part of your creativity you want to explore, and ask questions. So I asked Dari questions. I asked Annette. She was down last few days in the messages. And I ask questions from people who have experience in printing. Hey, what do you think about the thing to do? Could that, and get some advice from others. And there goes some suggestions right there. Of course, Garrett says he's been using polymer clay to make things for my design degree. Of course, Garrett. Garrett has experience in doing everything. Garrett is smart. CJ Wood says, check out the Craftsman Steady Crafting on videos and making his toys. What? Okay, I'm going to crafts man steady crafting. Boom. All right. So yeah, I'm definitely going because I'm interested in learning from others. Like right now, this mouse is sitting on a mouse pad. So I've had this mouse pad for says right there, not 28. Well, that might be 2018. But I had this mouse pad for a long time. I bought some other ones, brand new white ones, so I can draw and paint on them. This is my mouse pad. Like I like buying stuff too. I'm a big consumer. Not materialistic, but I do like stuff. And if I can find a way to, I can make my own. I mean, landscapes are cool, cats are cool, but what if I could draw my own stuff on here? Then that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, ask questions, get the opinion from others, figure out what you're doing. See this. Axel says I tried years ago, and for me it would be more easy model and write some printer. Yeah, and that's cool too. You know, I have 3D apps, and I just don't have time to sit there and figure it out. And what I'm interested in doing with this traditional route is that I can play with it, set it down, forget it, come back, and it's sitting there waiting for me for the next step. So, um, and I can do it all at home myself, which is one of the things about the first too. I want to be able to do it all by myself. But an app, of course, that's awesome. Go with that. Well, Diary says a friend of mine makes his own toys here. Right, so there. So I'm not the only one thinking of this stuff. But that's where I'm going with it. All right, so go ahead and send me your messages. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about art. Talk about creativity. Check out the up on my projects. Turned on the games. There it is. That's the games. So the games needs to. Yeah, wait. There we go. Set it right there. Yeah, and if you've been paying attention to my art life all day, NFTs, then that's where those characters. As a matter of fact, let me show you there. And so there goes Penny. Penny in space. All right, I did that in Sketchable. It's and then Denominator. I did that in Sketchable also, and that's the gorilla. And so that's how hardcore I go with the gorilla when I have time. And it's a flat image, because if I was to try to animate that, I don't. But that's super hard. Yeah. Cool. Well, there it is. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Great to be back on the streaming rotation. Odari, Gareth, Bliss, we're holding it down this whole time. And so I hope to see you Mondays and Wednesdays here on Behance, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I stream 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Tuesdays, back on Tuesdays for the subscribers. So if you're a subscriber, check out the subscription tab. There it is. Where's the subscriber area? Bam. And you can check out some Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Fresco streams related to vector art. So thank you, Axel. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Odari. Gareth. Everyone who left a message and a comment, I appreciate you. RB. Thank you, thank you, thank you. SLP Price. All of you are some cool folks. Alejandro. And here on the Discord, we have Eddie, Triple X, Garrett, Bree, Ari. We'll stick around in the Discord for a little bit. So go ahead and click through the link to join the Discord right there in the description of the video. And we'll hang out. I don't know on Discord, but I need. All right. Talk to you later. I am DTM. Until Wednesday. Catch you on the flip side.